is okay. And then breakout rooms, 2 rooms. Okay. So guys, I will warn you when you need to back, but you have 40 minutes, around 4 minutes to have this time. Enjoy. And any doubts, you can click in this button here, ask for help, and I will go to the room. See you. Felipe, Isabel, Larissa, and Marcio will stay here with me. So let's start with Luis. Could you introduce yourself to know more about you?
Good night. I'm a student. I'm a student of electrical engineering in Ceará. I finished my middle school on firefighter school, and I already know a little bit of English because five years ago I studied one year and a half on CLM, Centro de Língua de Maracanaú. But after that, I don't study English no more. But I'm restarting right now because I want to be fluently. I like English since my childhood. I have a easier on studying other English, other language because I don't like Portuguese. I like English because it's a easier language. Portuguese is 50 conjugations. I don't like. I when I was studying English on course, we was immersion. We just talk in English until gossip, and until gossips when the teacher is passing the class, we gossip in English. We return to home offending people in English, but nobody on bus sabia. Nobody on bus know that. We just offending there. It was funny, and it was fun to us. And this is I like English. Thank you.
Good. Really good. So enjoy the time to talk and practice with people. Yes. Thanks for introducing yourself. And Márcio, how about you?
Hello, good evening. My name is Márcio Nunes. I live from my city, Caldas, the state of Espírito Santo. I'm 44 years old. I'm married. I live with my wife and my son. Today I have problems with my connection, but now a little better. I try participate with this meeting. I enjoy a lot your meeting with Ana Clara.
Really good. Yeah, now the internet is better. And Isabel?
Well, hello, guys. My name is Bel. I'm 22 years old. I live in Florianópolis, south of Brazil, and I'm born here as well. I finished my graduate in graphic design at UDESC, and I work in area as well, in internship. And I am in TALKNTALK since January of this year. And well, I live with my family. I have a sister. I like read books, watch series, and do another stuff like that. And about me is that.
Thank you. Thank you, Isabel. Larissa? Larissa?
Okay. I have problems with my connection too. But I'm Larissa. I'm 25 years old. I'm an architect. I work with landscaping. I've been here on Talk and Talk since the last year, I guess. And actually, on the next Saturday, it will be my first immersion as a hostess. So it's an invitation for you guys on the next Saturday at 3 p.m. We are talking about travel.
Really good. 3 p.m., right? 3. Okay. Maybe I will try to enter. So, Felipe, it's your time.
Hi everyone, I'm Felipe. I am 26 years old. I'm from São Paulo. I'm the host here too, but the team Spanish. And it's very challenging for me because my English is very basic. So I want to try to speak more. I accept the challenge with Felipe because when to try to speak English, I'm very shy. So every day I should try speak more in immersions. So in my free time, I like watching movies and shows. I like travel and meet new friends because for it já tô nervoso já. I can exchange dreams, culture, and meet more my friends. That's it.
Good. Your English is amazing. It's better than my Spanish a lot. Really good. Thank you, Felipe. So, guys, let's start with the questions. The first one is, how important is a first impression for you? So it can be in a job interview, making friends, on a date, on a bus, or on a train. So how important is the first impression based on what we watched on the video? Isabel, I will start with, follow the screen, but you can choose another one to answer.
Okay, no problem. I choose now or I answer and
No, you
then...
can answer and choose.
Okay. Well, I think it's important, but depend on the situation, I think. For example, sometimes when you meet a new friend or, your boyfriend or girlfriend, maybe with time, you like that person more than the past. So I think in that situation, the first impression influence, but depends because we have this fact. But in another case, like a job interview, or maybe when you need to choose something, choose where you want to work or where you want to go, for example, you need that good first impression. So I think depends on the situation. Well, my opinion is that. And what about you, Felipe? What do you think?
I agree with you, but in my case, I don't import. But I know if you tell, for example, interview or girlfriend, boyfriend, it's very important. But for me, I don't like this first impression because I have any situation, I meet one person I hate, but on time we are friends. So why now I don't import the first situation. And about you, Marcio?
So the first, congratulations, Larissa, your meeting here in Talk Talk. I intend to participate with you the next Saturday, but Saturdays is complicated. I get to participate 7 a.m. with Giovanna, but I try. The question is normal. The human, I forgot, ser humano. The people is the visual about another person or a different situation. For example, one car, bus, bicycle, landscape, several things. The people is visual. The first impression, it's normal. Complicated about job interview, for example, is necessary and know more another people, your resume about qualifications. Make friends. It's normal because you meet in the street, in the party, in different things. But nowadays is complicated because the internet, the social network, the picture, the people is beautiful person in the social network, Instagram, Facebook, but live is different. The person. I have one example here in my family. I forgot, sobrinha. In the Facebook is beautiful, but live is different. My 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 relative, my I forgot sobrinha. Sobrinho neto. Niece. Thank you, Ana Clara. I remember sobrinho. Nowadays, it's different about social networking and live, but in general, the people is visual and another thing, not only friends, date, but different thing. The person is visual. Another thing important about food. You see the food in different situations. You think, I don't like this food, but delicious food, another culture. For example, you see, I don't like this food, but it's delicious food. I have this example. I lived during 7 years in the Paraná state. There, I tasted feijão mexicano, different for me because here in my state not exist, but there existe a lot. The first feijão mexicano, em português, feijão com queijo e ketchup. It's different, but the delicious dish. I eat a lot when I live there.
Yes.
You, go ahead. Ana
No,
Clara.
I was going to add, sometimes we just related first impression with people, but you said a good example about food, about some objects, some other things, not just about people.
And you, Larissa?
I believe it's normal to judge people because I believe the first impression is related to our appearance or the way you talk, and and it's important, the first impression, but it's not the most important thing because sometimes I can be wrong. For example, I am very shy in the beginning when meet someone. I need some time to feel free to talk, to be myself, So it's important, the first impression, but not too much. And you, Liz?
I don't have first impressions because first impressions is caused by the ignorance. And when you study corporate language, psychology, you lost this. You lost, and at the first time you see somebody, you don't have a first impression. You just begin to analyze them. You just analyze you, and the first impression, because clothes, for example, you don't think they are of a robber, are of a Christian. You don't think, you know, because you begin to know the cause and the consequence related. For example, for logical, if you already know Sherlock Holmes, if you know Sherlock Holmes, you know he used the logic. And for example, when he see a ring on your finger, he know you're married. And if you use much many how can I say curto?
Short?
Court, or much many broad clothes, for example, you need you need attention. You need you call attention for your clothes to guard, to protect yourself, because you think yourself is how can I say, sem autoestima.
Autoestima, I don't know. Oh,
When
let
you,
me see.
Self-esteem.
Self-esteem, yes, right.
autoesteem,
Self-esteem, yeah.
self-esteem, yeah.
Thank you.
When you use clothes much more call, you have an autoesteem. It's logic. And when we see somebody moving so fast, he's so, how can I say, nervous. You're nervous, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So when you begin to study, you lost the ignorance. And no, I don't think, I know you're that form. For example, on February, there was a travel with my classrooms, and I don't we don't know ourselves. We just know in our travel. And I I and my friend, we see a beautiful girl, and he just talk, oh, he's beautiful, her eyes. And I said, man, you you're out of a relationship since 2 months, and you're sad already. But you don't have to go to this girl, because he's he's without autoesteem. He have problems. And I just saw him, I just saw she on that context. And I know, but to you don't think I'm a judger. I began to be her friend, and I I know I know her, and I solved the problem. Yeah, I was right. You have problems of psychology. You
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So when you began to study, you lost the beginners.
Yes. Yeah, it makes sense. It's a different perspective. So when you stop not to judge but to analyze people, maybe it's better. With time you understand the behavior, like Isabel said. With time you understand and make friends. So it's another way to follow. So we already talked a little bit about where we think our impression comes from. So anyone want to add something about this? Think different about this? Where our first impression or our impression in general comes from? People said about judgment, but you think it's about other thing? You can open them.
Well, I don't know if it's correct, but when I think about first impressions, I think about judgment as we talk about, but also like sixth sense. For example, when you in your subconscious you think something, or you have interpretation of a situation of someone, and sometimes you listen that voice, and in some case that is correct, for example. So I think that impression that becomes inside of us when you see a situation, this person, like the sixth sense, sexto sentido. I think this first impression came from that way as well, and another ways that we talk about.
Yeah, sometimes about, I think is just the feeling, as you said, the sixth sense, or you feel something about the person based on what she say or the way that the person acts. So I think we don't have a way to explain, but just a feeling. You feel something about this person. You're not judging, but you just feel, I don't know, maybe the energy of this person, maybe. Luis, Márcio, Felipe, do you wanna add something?
Question 3, yeah?
Yes.
About good question. I don't know, but I believe maybe our experience, because I a little difficult when I the voice in our heads or insights, because I am an analyst. So I learn more about it, but I believe that expression, or it's very difficult to express it, because I don't know, the voice, it's about another person, another Felipe, to try talk with me. For example, Felipe to Futuri to talk with me, but it's good question. That is.
Yeah, sometimes the culture as well. When you are immersing some place, you see another person, different way, different culture. You have a impression. Like Márcio said, when you're living in the south of Brazil, when you go to the north, you have some first impression about the food, about the people, the way that people act. So maybe the culture can be this impression comes from our culture.
Yeah, about impression, I believe, I don't say English, I say it in Português. I acredito ser do instinto do ser humano, because since a little kid, you see the impression from different things. For example, at this moment I have my granddaughter. My granddaughter have 6 months. This moment she impress objects and another things. I believe the feeling, the impression, since the I forgot in English, instinto, because
Instinct.
uh,
Instinct.
has
Ah,
instinct.
Instinct is difficult to talk.
The pronunciation is complicated. When you grow up, it's normal. Your impression, different thing, culture, person. Uh, in another moment in the past, for example, I see in the television different things, cities, the people, culture. Nowadays, it's more easy about the advance of the internet. In my cell phone, I see different places in the world. It's normal. I'm impressed about it.
Really good. I will ask a question to Luis. Luis, let me see. Have you ever met someone who you hated or loved right away, even though you didn't know them? So, number 4. Have you ever met someone who you hated or loved right away, even though you didn't know them? So,
I didn't understand the question.
okay.
This can I repeat the question? The part that I didn't understand.
Mm-hmm.
Have you ever tried remorse? Is the question for?
Yes.
The question is if I already know somebody that I hate or love it on a first first view, but in the fourth, I like it.
Yes, it can be as well. It's related with this. You met someone that you hated, even though you didn't know about the person. Like, I just see you here and I loved you. And even though we met before. So you
Yeah,
have
cause that thing that I say to you, when you I really like people that are intelligent, that are but not intelligent on the mathematics or physics or geography or art on a specific thing, but intelligent in all things. For example, when you're intelligent, well, as I say you about the language corpora or psychology, the people when are intelligent in the deep mean, they are expensive with friends, but they retired on public. No, I'm not saying about is the people's be uh, uh, small. How can I say introvertido?
introverted, I think. Let me see. Introverted. Yeah, introverted.
Yeah,
Introverted.
the people
Or
there
shy.
are, yeah, shy. The people that are shy, they don't means that they're intelligent. But when the people are intelligent, they be shy on public. But if they have to talk about on public, they can, they can. But they prefer to know to don't ask to don't talk on public. But with friends, they are so expensive, so large in the space. They they in all space speaking a lot and about very several themes. They
Got
know a lot.
Okay.
So
Thank
cause this, I begin to like the people.
Okay. So I will skip some questions. I will go to number 7. And I think we can have some funny story about this. But have you ever tried to make a great first impression, but completely mess it up? Larissa, could you start?
I believe I don't have history about this, but as I said before, I'm really shy in the beginning, and I try to not to speak too much because when I meet my friends, I can talk a lot, and I try to listen more, especially in the beginning. But I don't have any situation, any specific situation.
Got it. Isabel, do you have your story or about other person?
Well, I'm trying to remember. I know that sometimes I do or say something to another people likes the conversation, for example, or likes me in that situation. But I don't remember if that people didn't like me because of that. But that happened in the past. Nowadays, I'm trying to be more confidence and not lie in that situations. For example, when you try to do a new friends in university, for example, and you need to conversate and maybe find similar things that people and you likes both. I'm trying not to lie in that situation, not a big lie, but don't lie in that situation. I'm trying to be me, and if people likes or not, okay, no problem. So nowadays I have this mentality, but in the past I remember that situations that I'm trying to talk a different way that I am, for example. But in my case, I remember is that.
Yes, I think with maturity we accept the way that we are and talk with other people about ourselves the way that is to be. So it's not easy when you are younger. So we sometimes, I remember when I was like teenager, I tried to say something just to fit in that place, but it is insustentável. I don't know how can I say this, but it's with time we learn about be ourselves. And you, Luis?
If I
Have you ever
if I tried to have a good view to people,
yes, and it doesn't work.
is on or at pairs.
Sorry?
Is on or at best. The grammar right.
Can be in the past or right now in the present.
In the past, when I was just a child, I'm 18 years old. I'm 18 years old, so it isn't not longer when I was a child.
Yeah.
So when I was a child, I was shy. I was anxious child. I was explosive. So when I began to seller to train how relationship corporate language. This is because I studied psychology and corporate language to improve my socialization. And from since to now, I am a seller and a speaker and the best speaker on my high school. So improve about a little. I improve a little, but I have to improve more. But when I was a child, I was afraid. If people was judging me, but nobody was seeing to me. Nobody was seeing to me. But now I have a self-esteem, and uh, I'm not caring about what they think. But uh, at the same time, I know they have a good idea about me because I train a lot to this, and every time they see to me and see a good people, a good person. So
Mhm.
I'm relaxed about it.
Really good. Yeah, as I said, with maturity, we understand these things and we study, we grow, we understand about ourselves, the society. Really good. Márcio?
Yeah, about question number 7.
7, yes.
Yeah, it's normal happening when you participate, for example, barbecue or a party or happy hour and the another things, because start the party, you arrive a good, beautiful person. After you drink a lot, uh, it happening this the name completely messed because when the person is a drug, complicated situation, different uh, uh, happening in the in the in this place. I think, for example, for me, I remember in the past when I was a single. I participate several parties. I drink a lot. Several problems, and another girl or the fight one friend. Yeah, different problems happening in the after a week is normal happening this situation.
Thanks God that this time passed, right? Thank you, Márcio. Felipe, how about you? You?
In my case, my first date. Oh my gosh, it's very terrible, very terrible. Because when I nervous, I make it very jokers, and I just try to be the man interaction, but uh, foi horrível. Por isso, quando eu tava lendo a pergunta, eu já comecei a rir já. But it's totally normal. So, with Marcel, say in barbecue or the interview job, it's happened all day.
Yes, on dates we have funny stories about this because, as I said, it's
Always my
impossible
date
to
is very
continue.
funny. Always.
It's impossible to maintain the mask. We
Anna, I
go.
remember now another situation, and normal. It's happening about public speech
Mm.
in college, in work. The person forgot the name, trava na hora de falar em público.
Yes.
Complicated situation.
English too.
Yes. We need to try to make be not us to talk in English. Try to be another person to be here and talk in a normal way. So it's another Ana Clara here talking a lot in English
Yes.
because it's not easy.
In Spanish, I'm another person too. In English, I'm very shy. In Portuguese, mais ou menos.
Yes, it's happened. So Raquel, Jairo, and Nayara, how was the conversation? Raquel, could you start?
Yeah, it was it was very good, very good. We have a lot of thoughts, and we have a lot of content, and I don't know, it was good. It was good. We have a good conversation.
Right. And did you try it to make a good impression and it failed in some way? Okay.
Like right now here on TALKNTALK, or in the past?
Yes, we was talking about it.
I was talking to Jairo and Nayara that sometimes we are not feeling good in this. Maybe one day you are not feeling good, and you met someone and you need to only smile, and it's fake. You are not feeling good, but you have to sometimes in our jobs. I usually go to the job sometimes like I'm not feeling good or I am stressful, and I need to, we need to have another, what can I say? Outra postura, né? Put a smile in our face and everything's good and go.
Yeah, it's a challenge. Thanks for sharing, Raquel. Nayara, and you? Do you like to share?
Yes, the conversation was very nice. It's good to talk about first impressions, not only about the clothes and these things, but about if you care about the others and these things. I think it's good make a good impression just to respect the other and these things. I think respect it's the most important thing about when you meet someone, and that's it.
Yes, we talked here also to respect ourselves. Sometimes we try to make a good impression to fit in a place, but we don't want to stay there, or we don't fit in that place. So try not to make an impression just to people accept you in some situations. So respect to the others and respect ourselves as well. And you, Jairo?
Yeah, the conversation was very nice. I said to them that I don't like the first good impression. I don't like to be aware that there is this thing happened in the relations, the first impression. I think every time that we try to make a good first impression, we're gonna spend more time and energy. Like I need to keep it now. I need to make it work every day. Like I prefer to whatever. I don't want to even think about the first impression because it will pressure me to keep it. So I know that it exists, but I don't like it at all. I think that's I think that forces you be someone that you don't want to be, and I think that's not good.
Yes, exactly. Thank you for your opinion, for sharing. And I will need to close the meeting for today, but I send the feedback. So some people send some good tips and good subjects to other meetings. So yeah, thank you for